We're gonna do a weekly roundup. We're gonna do a weekly roundup. We're gonna do a weekly roundup. Oh yeah. I should have been in jingles, Jimmy. Like I think I missed my calling. Like I'm not as good because like I think Blue would eat my lunch if we were competing because I think he would be much better at jingles. But yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of glad you're not in jingles, and I really like it. I really like your music.
Thanks. Yeah, jingles it's not my forte, as it turns out. Not my forte. All right. Well,
it's been a while. I haven't seen you in a couple of days.
I know, right? It's strange how quickly that just getting my daily dose of Jimmy gets weird when I don't get my daily dose of Jimmy. Have you seen the frickin' cluster map recently?
Yes, maybe. I think I've seen the updated one.
Like the one. Even I haven't seen this. I'm pulling this up. Hold on. That it's so much. There's so much more there that I just snorted. Good morning, everyone. So we already have 11 people here. What the hell? If this channel hits 40 concurrents, I'm going to give away a Genesis NFT. So that'll be fun. I probably won't do any other giveaways. Just that takes a lot of time. We don't have a whole lot of time this morning because we actually have shit to talk about. So yeah, 6 days, Jimmy. 6 days. We're gonna do the thing.
That's crazy. 6 days. That's really crazy.
I'm like a little bit terrified, but mostly super stoked. I'll widen this out a little bit. So, Jimmy, you remember when it was 9? Remember, I was like, we're not going to need any more than this, right?
Yeah.
So then, like, this is what people are used to seeing now with all the names on it. There's that image out there. All this stuff is land that is going to be for sale in all of these things.
The rail plot set to the community cluster, right?
Yeah, rail as well. All the rail's going to be for sale. But, like, look how big it's going to be. Like, we're building this out now.
There's another ring out there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. I'm okay. I'm on the other ring.
You're here.
No. Really?
Yeah, you are. Yes. This is a whole other ring.
Yeah, that's tribe. I'm one up. Oh, that's a whole other ring. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we're adding 40. So it's not going to be 55. It's going to be like 95.
Wow.
And there's going to be a whole other ring of 250s. Like these are the 250s that are going to be for sale, right? There's going to be a whole other ring of 250s around here. Because we have to. Like, and again, like I think I've been sort of backburnering this, but I think there's 10 people on the waiting list to get on the outer ring already.
Nice.
Right? So like by the time the alpha's done, it might be full or half full. Yeah, so that, I mean, and this is Katie Gentry, for those of you who don't know, was basically our first actual official hire. We hired her to do surveying in game. And, this is the work that she's doing. Each one of these squares actually takes some time to do. And she's crunching them out. I mean, there's going to be probably more now that we're doing the outer ring. Probably like 2,300 rail plots just in the community cluster. And that doesn't include all of these and all of these and all of these and all of this. She actually made the chicken caw thing too, which is so freaking cool. She actually did that for the city, which is awesome. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, every time I come in here, I'm just astounded by how much she has completed. It's glorious.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was on the bottom of the plot that I'm working on today, and I noticed the rail going in. It's just getting to my plot now, or the one that I'm working on now.
Right.
It's basically between that one and the tribe one, which I might end up doing some work for the tribe one as well if they don't, get moving. And then we got our plot. We haven't done anything on that yet either.
Yeah, I'm getting excited about that. We're definitely gonna have to get on that after the alpha. So I do want to say, I think there is a 95% chance we're going to be announcing what the initial first benefits are for at least one of the types of Genesis NFTs that we released. Again, and take this very seriously because we talk about this constantly. There won't be one use for these Genesis NFTs. There will be many over the years. So like you guys need to know that, like we want to honor the early adopters and the people that are supporting us early on as much as humanly possible. We're just trying to figure out the most benefit that we can give that's going to be the most fair for literally everybody. So hopefully we're going to have something to announce about that today, and we'll get the information out about that stuff. I also want to, by the end of today, we're going to be able to announce the pricing as well. I was convinced to keep the rail price at a what I think is an extremely 50% off reasonable rate, so we can get them into the hands of more people. So that's, I think, going to be really cool. And then we're going to have, of course, the auctions for the land. I've been saying this for a while. They're going to start at $100 and go wherever they want to go. So Jimmy, roundup. Let's do the thing.
Yeah, let's go over what we did last week. It was kind of a busy week, and I think this week I've kind of forgot. So on, you want to pull up the YouTube channel, and we'll have a look there.
It's what I'm doing. It's what I'm doing. We had like a bit of a slower week this week, which is all right.
Yeah,
actually,
we had a slower week, but I think that might happen sometimes when the Uplift gets busy, or when Uplift Art gets busy.
When Greg doesn't do as many videos, which he didn't do. I think we were still busy.
Oh, don't get me started on Greg. Nah, he's good. He's working on something for me, which I'm really excited about.
Awesome. So, he's working on stuff for everybody.
Yeah,
so I mean, I think everybody's getting super busy, which is really fun to see. So Church of Reason was awesome last week, as usual. Gratitude ceremony again is going to start at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time today. But yeah, let's talk about BP and Chill. That was
fun, man. I really liked seeing I've never seen a mining facility before. Like, I've never been shown around one, right? I've seen a picture of it or something like that. And yeah, Michael's just a really fun guy to talk to, like
he really is. He really is.
He's just so knowledgeable, and he's into everything, right? And like, I was a little bit surprised because I guess we all fall victim to bias. And I'm usually pretty good at this, but I was like completely blown away by the fact that they do more than just EOS. I mean, their name is EOS USA.
Yeah. They're kind of in all the stuff. Speaking of EOS USA, I need to show this off if I can.
Yeah, I know he's been rocking it in game, right?
Yeah, we finally got him in World, and he's relentless now, which is really, really fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Is that a roller coaster?
Yeah. He said he was building a roller coaster. Like the train that you take to go from Cathedral 2.0 down to like the Burning Man and stuff. Yeah. I figured it was just going to be that, right? Like, oh, you made like a little rail. No. Full on wooden roller coaster. It's the NFT area going the wrong way here. Yeah, but it looks great. Like, it looks really, really cool. Also, he asked for a Statue of Liberty, and then on one of the calls, he's like, somebody said, "Hey, what if you bury it?" And so that Statue of Liberty actually exists all the way to Bedrock. I might have put it in there.
Nice.
And I'm super excited about it. Yeah, it's pretty dorky. Anyway, yeah, like what?
It reminds me of that. What was that? There was a really bad movie where, like, I think it was the boy robot. The boy robot. It was a really long movie, but there was the scene in that where they go to New York and it's like underwater and just the torch of the Statue of Liberty is sticking out. I like it. New York's like the best city in the world in terms of like iconic movie, like Gangs of New York, where they watch it being built at the end. Like,
yeah,
Planet of the
Beasts. More Anders stuff. So this, okay, I this is just in the list of my personal screenshots. I'm glad you're seeing this. I want everyone to go. If you're not in the Telegram channel for the Uplift .world, I highly recommend getting in there and looking at the pictures. Because I actually shared some that Greg took. Greg's actually building an island for Crownlandia. And on his graphics card, like mine's like all right. Like my shader package is all right. His looks like, it just looks real. Like it's magic. It's really, really cool. So you'll be able to see the difference. And this is like just some of the increase in capacity is AI by Steven Spielberg. Nailed it. I was thinking it. Greg said it. Boom. Anyway, so yeah. Mike from EOS USA keeps busting my balls because he's not getting any work done anymore. He's too busy building amazing things. Greg's given Minecraft new player lessons, and he gave those lessons to you.
Yeah, that was super fun, and it was actually the first time I got to hang out with Greg. I got to hang out with Greg twice this week. Once during that lesson, once off camera, and he's a fun guy to hang out both on and off camera. I'll just say that. But yeah, it was good. Like, I didn't know anything. I was kind of like a total new player, and he taught me the basics. He taught me, how to use crafting table, how to, break stuff and get sticks and get wood, how to dig, which came in handy because, I basically dug to the end of the server and then back up and then flooded out all of the digs. So, kind of had to figure that kind of stuff out, but it was really fun, super fun. I think we're going to do it again sometime soon. We want to go into a little bit more detail. It's going to be more important once the game opens and everyone's playing as opposed to just building stuff. Because right now, a lot of people are using creative mode, right? But that'll go away.
Yeah.
So if you don't know how to use a crafting table, if you don't know how to, find resources and stuff like that, I suggest you watch that video. It's super beginner level. Like, never played at all before. I was in game for the Burning Man event. And basically, Corey had to teleport me halfway because I fell off the track that I was trying to walk on because I couldn't get in the train. So valuable needed lessons by JimmyD. And yeah, it was super fun just to hang out with Greg and do that. So
yeah. So hey, Shazad, that's a good question. What about server lag with hundreds of people on at the same time? So we're on Apex hosting right now. I've actually got their Ultra package, and it basically says unlimited. We've been doing some research on this. Looks like the most people on a Minecraft server, is in the tens of thousands. And whatever we need to do to make that work really well, we're going to be able to do. Like, as far as when and if the numbers get that high, I think we're going to have the throughput to even get our own system if we need to, as far as using that hosting, or Apex can just scale us up even more, because I'm sure they have the capacity. So it's something we're looking at. I'm not super worried about it because I think like server capacity is something that is pretty fluid these days. It might, like, when that becomes a challenge, it'll be really good. I'll be super excited about it, but we'll be able to solve it. Anyway, so Minecraft lessons were fantastic. So Greg and I do this other show called #Coffee. We've been doing it for a long time. And now we basically just, like, every time we do it, we just want to come into the world and go and hang out and tour all the stuff we haven't seen yet, which, again, like, week after week, like, I can't keep up. Did you see my tweet about Clash Dome? So Clash Dome is a project that they're in the community cluster, Outer Ring, a recent addition as well. They've got a whole, we couldn't see it because it's all underground. They've got a whole big, like, game, like, it's all happening under there, which is really incredible. And they've got some friends that are in a different project that are doing the same thing. I didn't even know about it until they tweeted about it yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. I was wondering what it was like. I haven't went and checked it out, but
yeah, I haven't either.
It's gonna be nuts. Like, I was thinking about that today, right? Like, you've got a lot of really great builds that are really obvious, from the air. You've got the Boyd build, the block-based build, like Anders. If you kind of know what you're looking for, you can see it. Like, Ken Bozak's image is laid in there. But, like, I was thinking about it, like, the plot that I'm working on is pretty much all underwater. Like, the majority of it is under the water, right? Like, we're hoping to put something on the water as well. But there's going to be, like, crazy stuff under the ground. So, like, when I saw that, I was like, whoa, like, there's a whole thing happening underground. Like there's going to be so much to explore in this world. It's going to be nuts. Like, people are going to come in, they're going to go through. I think we should put this on, what's the Everpedia betting site? Like, the path to like what you see in Minecraft, because you're going to go to the pyramid first, right? You're going to get lost in Ender's pyramid probably for 2 or 3 days at least, right? I mean, but then you're going to probably head over to Boyd and see that stuff. But once you've explored that, what are you going to do? You're going to start, heading underground, and the stuff that you're going to find underground is going to be pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, and people are already creating, that gamification layer. And Sue actually started it. She's releasing these NFTs that are pictures of builds that are in the world, only they're wrong, right? Like the pictures, they take them and then they change something. So you then get to go to that place and find out, okay, how did you change it as like a little puzzle or whatever, which I think is just brilliant, right? So times that by everything all the creative minds can think of as ways to sort of make the in-world and out-world sort of make that gamification layer. Sue had a good question. So, how about the map handling higher user rates? I'm not sure that like the map having to be rendered over and over again is going to cause that much more lag. But if it does, what we could do is take sections, like basically just stop publishing the location of it, and we can create, like, we can access it by sector and then just basically replay it on a website. So I think if that becomes an issue, I think we're going to be able to deal with it pretty easily. As far as creative mode, like, this is an ongoing discussion. The creative mode, I think, is going to last at least until the beta, and maybe a little bit afterwards. And I'm moving towards even, talking about having the community vote on it, because I want the community to understand why we're taking it away and be really on board with it. There are so many really, really amazing reasons to go from this hyper creative, hyper fast thing to a game type that is, more inclusive of players instead of just landowners that are trying to ramp up their spot. But people are really going to need to understand that. So again, with how much amazing stuff is going on with creative mode, it's a safe bet to presume that we're going to leave it in place until beta. And I want to make sure that everyone really, really understands why we would turn it off and how it's going to benefit everyone before we do it. So there's a lot of work left to do there. So I think, like, anyone worried about like getting stuff in and then not having creative mode at this point, just don't worry about it, because at least until the beta, which is 2 months away, you're going to have it.
Well, not that I have any pull or any say here, but like, from a non-political, very political mindset. If you look at what happened, with the developed world and the developing world, I mean, this is a game. So, fair enough. I'm not trying to compare it to that, but in a sense, I am comparing it to that, right? I think that there should always be an option for new users when they onboard, they get their community plot, they're able, to have that ability to be able to build something cool, right? Right off the bat. No matter how we do it, no matter how it's done, I just think, like, it'd be really cool, right? Like, if we want to welcome people in from the Ethereum space in a year because they realize, oh wait, EOS is awesome and this game's running on Wax and Wax is EOS.io, and we're going to build like this here instead of at Decentraland because people are here and using it. Right?
See, this is the thing. Lisa said, but no pressure builders losing your magic, but don't worry, right? So like people will feel that as a loss. But I'm thinking about the 10,000 players that are coming that, 90% of them aren't going to own land. They're going to be, without the, and again, like, if we never want to have the economy where selling, valuing Greg's ability to make an enchanting table, for example, if you like, enchanting tables don't mean anything in a world where everybody can use a box to mine, right? It doesn't matter. So you're basically like, I get that people will feel that as a loss, and this is why, if people don't fully understand the immense, ridiculous amounts of value and economy that we get to produce by making the game more rich, right? By slowing us all down a little bit and making us all collaborate more. Imagine how much more fun is it when you have to collaborate and build stuff. That's why, like, when Anders talks about building in survival mode, he's busting everyone's balls. He's not wrong, right? We're just sort of making the decision now, and it might end up it might be wrong, right? Because we're trying to go really fast right now, and that might be robbing us all of a much richer game experience down the road. And I know that this is going to be a big challenge, but I really want people to understand why we would do that and the immense amount of value, right? Like the people losing creative mode are going to be gaining an entire collaborative economy where the community is that much tighter together because we're all having to work together to get stuff built. And it'll mean more.
I disagree a little bit with that. And here's why. I think that, when Anders jumped on to our call actually on Thursday on our EOSI weekly update, because he was in the comments and he jumped on and we took a bit of a tour of the uplift, right? And listening to him talk, like, I think his wife is in the world now helping him build stuff. Like, his kid is in the world now. Like, he's got friends in the world now, and they're all doing it without creative mode. So like 100%, you're right. That community aspect is really there, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that's, I think, what the game will be like in the community clusters once we go live, once people don't,
Right.
like, once the players don't have it, right?
Yeah.
On the other side of it, right? I mean, this is Minecraft, and I'm not a Minecraft person until, you know, last week, and now I never freaking turn it off. But like, this is Minecraft, but this is like blockchain Minecraft. This is, you know, EOSIO Wax community coming together to build something amazing,
Right.
like that, you know, completely fits, and allowing people to put QR codes in there, allowing people to build a space for, you know, advertising, allow people to showcase like what their products do, which is what some of these projects are or have been doing. I think that's just the right way to go for right now, right?
So this discussion's, I got to get to some of the comments here. So Gary, who's one of the most badass Minecraftian humans I've ever seen. Don't forget those building plots to prepare the scene for an upcoming game. Doing it in survival would take months. I think like the games that are being built, they're such a high value experiment that I wanted to make sure we were running as a business, that they're going to get survival or sorry, creative. You know, again, like that's a huge priority, because if we can prove that works, everybody's land around them becomes more valuable, right? So that's Gary, definitely don't worry about that. But Donna's point, players have felt the loss already. Right now, it's a creative world. Players are mostly utilitarian. So Donna's the one that when we first started messing around with this server, you know, couldn't play Minecraft to save her own life. Obviously, is very, very good now. This was like maybe 6 months ago, 7 months ago, whatever it was. And she just really liked mining, right? So if you can do this now, you go underneath the Cathedral 1.0, and there's like a massive mine complex that was our friend Laugh-Track, Donna Van Meter, and you know all the diamonds that she has, she mined, right? And so you know all the stuff that she has, she mined, and that is a very intense player type. That if we got rid of creative, suddenly she becomes very, very valuable. Right now, that mining is meaningless, you know, right? Like it doesn't matter. So a couple people were talking about creative membership could support the whole sustenance fund, and bidding for membership mode NFTs. That from and this is the Crown team, of course, coming in with all the fun ideas. That's a possibility too, right? And the more ideas that we come up with this, the better. Because I definitely like this. If we do pivot, I recognize that it's going to be a challenge. So I'm going to want to make it as, you know, amazing for everyone as humanly possible. And like I want to be really clear about why we're doing it before we do it. So Gary, as far as both playstyles coexisting, the only way that doesn't work, like let's say we leave just creative available, right? You're going to have the Anderses of the world who like refuse to use it. That's interesting, right? But it would mean that we wouldn't be able to do the economy plugin.
Yeah.
Because anyone in creative could just magic themselves a gazillion diamonds and throw it on the thing, right? So that's the only thing that kind of wouldn't work. And I was really excited about the potential to do like a really bustling in-game economy. But again, that might not be the best direction either, right? I mean that's always a possibility. Creative Day in the Uplift World as a fundraiser build-a-thon. Lisa, I fucking love you. That's such a great idea. Right? So this is the thing. And you guys are most of you guys are in crypto. Scarcity is good, right? Yeah, it takes longer. Yeah, like the things are going to be around, but we can then start, you know, it then becomes a thing and we can already feel it because losing it is scary, right? It's clearly a thing of immense value. And it's not anything that we need to make money on, right? Like we're going to do, I think, as a business pretty well. If we did take a percentage of any charging for creative mode, and I think it would just go the vast majority of it would just go into the rewards pool, which means everybody else makes more money, right? So that's something that we're thinking about as well.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the idea that like from a business standpoint, Minecraft is probably making more money than the people who created this world, right?
Oh yeah, they're doing
the majority of the almost all of the funds, actually, with the exception of a couple of developers, maybe are going back to the community pool to be distributed as rewards to all the players, right?
Right. Okay. So Raj said, when the land sale goes live, will it be on Atomic Hub alongside the NFTs? That is correct. They're just going to be NFTs. So it's just going to be a sale page. You'll be able to hit it from the uplift.world, but it's going to be on Atomic Hub. Gary said make 2 servers. That's interesting, right? I mean, that it's because it ends up being kind of like a fork, right? And those the biggest worry that I have about that, Gary, and you'll hear this as a refrain from me all the time. I like that idea. Like, don't let us forget about that idea. Is population density is going to have a direct effect on the perceived value of the land key NFTs, right? And so if we diminish population density on one by basically like hiving off a whole area, that might cause a problem, but it also just might not, right? And the thing is, if we forked it, I think we would keep the same map based on the coordinates, right? The world might look a little bit differently, but like, you own Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash now, right? Like that, I think that might be a really interesting thing to consider. So thank you for that. We'll sort of table that as a really serious possibility. So David said creative mode is important to go away though. And this is the thing, right? If there's a way to just thread this needle where literally everyone gets what they want at scale, that's obviously like, let's do that, right? That'd be the most fun, as long as it's not taking away value or sort of decreasing scarcity at a ridiculous thing. Lisa, make 10,000 servers. That's what Minecraft already did.
I think that, again, right, as the noob in the room.
Whoa!
I think that,
look at the concurrence. Ken Bozak just showed up. You can always tell. I thought I was going to drop a link if we hit 40. We just hit 52, so I'm going to drop 2 NFT claim links. Again, we're talking about today about the benefits that are going to accrue for these things. The 1,000 wax ones, you're probably going to see the first benefit. But I'm actually really excited about what we came up with for the 100 wax ones. They're going to be really cool.
Yeah, it was a really cool dynamic that was brought to the background. So I thought that was really well planned out as well. But yeah, so what I was saying was like, I'm going to be the advocate in the room that basically says, like, if you get a new community cluster, then I think you should get creative mode for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever, right? Like to be able to develop it, and then that's the end of it. Like I'm kind of on your side when it comes to the in-game economy. I think that's what's going to be the most important, right? Like right now, we're a bunch of people who are building cool shit, and we love it. But the majority of people, there's enough land for everyone to come in and build cool shit. But if everyone's just coming in and building cool shit, where's the interaction? Where's the community? Where's the whole reason that this started, right? And that's my personal belief that has nothing to do with the project whatsoever at all. Other than
it makes sense, right? Because
we're talking about it, right?
Right. Like and what Max just said, if there's enough value built and distributed, someone will fork to leverage the network effect. That's really, that could be really interesting, right? But to Lisa's point, just make 10,000 servers. Well, that won't work. That already exists, right? And the biggest thing, when we talked to Jonah about this initially, and he like almost wanted to quit Atomic Hub so that he could just come and build his own version of this, right? That story never gets old. And that's totally true. He didn't, because Atomic Hub is kicking ass and he had to focus. But he said he used to like design Minecraft servers all the time. They used to do it. They used to do really amazing builds. He said the one thing that was the reason that they stopped is that there was no one there, right? If we spread out too much and there's no one there, this will fail. Like it literally, it won't mean anything, right? The fact that everyone has neighbors, that there's foot traffic, that there's that intermingling of community, there's distance, but not too much distance, right? There's, the ability to go and explore. If you, started exploring and didn't come across anyone, well, that's Decentraland most of the time now, and that's a serious problem for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Greg was saying perfectly stated, Jimmy, your plot may have lots of sand. Mine might have pink granite. Someone wants. Trade and cooperate. Mining will be crucial. That's the thing, right? So, and this is where the people that really understand the possibility of a very rich, very full community experience, having to collaborate to build things, to mine and then construct and then build things. Like the people that have done that before are the ones that are pushing for this because they know what that feels like, right? These amazing builds, like the Boyd build, and all these other things that we're being able to do with creative, the Wax build, frankly, like we put that up in a couple of days. We could never have done that without creative. They're good, right? And because there's not even that many people there, right? So we're trying to just show what's possible really, really quickly. But that building things together, what you build is way less important than building something with people that you actually like, or with random people or whatever. Like the action of doing it is more important than what gets built, in my clearly humble opinion.
I'm sorry I cut you off, but I 100% agree. I'm over there. So Greg, number one, if anyone needs ocean, just contact me because I've got it in spades.
All the ocean.
number two, like 100%. Like I'm over here having a great time. Like today I built this weird tunnel that like goes between ocean and air. So you actually have to go through the ocean, like just about like 30 seconds, just enough to almost die to get to the like next air tunnel. And it was really fun to build that. But at the same time, it's just like, oh man, I'm Jonah. Like nobody's ever going to see this because nobody knows it's here. Like if people want to, like, come build with me, people. Like if you want to come hang out in the Generosity, like there's some cool Generosity going on over there, man. I even put up one of your birch signs. You inspired me, Corey. I put a chest there. It's kind of like a take a book, leave a book chest. And there's a couple, chests there that basically say, show your generosity.
There's just so many good comments. Raj, Re Community, well said. It was the charity sport that caught my attention. Again, 10% of all revenue that we get in as a company is going to Uplift Donate, which is our school mission for this year. We'll come up with something even cooler, or just keep building schools if there's demand. Max said, leverage the Uplift blockchain tools to get other servers to use them to really get the cross worlds vibes going. That's totally a possibility. Every community can become many servers over time. Evolution now, it's different than in 10 years. I'm obviously, as a company at this point, not even remotely interested in that, but I see your point. And again, like if it reduces population density, people will lose interest. We built a community in this world. Greg, and this is, he's one of the OG, like he basically started this actual server that we all started building in. He's the WAS in this world by asking members to mine materials we needed for the hydrogen monument, the DNA strand, etc. We were doing that in here in survival mode a year ago, and it like so people feel vested, right? And we started building faster and faster and faster, and there was good reason for that. And we the Burning Man thing, we did that part in creative, part in survival. But it raised $5,000 for charity, right? Like I built the Tiamo monument in creative mode, right? So we didn't have the community vibe there, but there was some builds that were part of that built some stuff. We raised what was it, like $10,000 for charity for that one when that one sold off. And the people that were building in survival mode, actually made like a really good chunk of wax because they were part of that whole artistic build. So there's a lot of good reason for it. Anyway. Gary said the money is in travel fees for materials. Train traffic operator will be in high demand. See, this is kind of what I'm getting at scale. Creative mode is gone, right? Just walk with me for a minute. Calm your overly beating heart for people that are losing creative mode. You have a grand vision, and I know all of you, creative types. I mean, I see it all. Like you guys have grand visions, and I love that a lot. And you need specific things. You need specific things that might not even be able to be mined close to you anymore. It's like 6 months down the road. A lot of it might be mined out. We're, opening up lands in the hinterlands where people can go in and mine things, build things, or whatever. But now you need to go to the message board and find some people that are mining out there who will then get on the train tracks to bring that back with mine carts, right? It takes time to do that. Everyone who owns those rail NFTs is making wax rewards. The people that are going back and forth, bringing materials back and forth, are making wax rewards, right? The people who are building, that would probably be enough. You probably wouldn't even have to pay them. You could probably just put an order out for it, and people will do it because they're making wax rewards, right? Right. So, and if we have creative, none of that means anything. right? It's just the tourist economy, which is great, right? If we have a tourist economy, you want to take the rail out to the Bitcoin monument or the, anywhere in the cluster or whatever, people that have those rail NFTs are going to be really for that. I think like the more people understand the very dynamic community-based collaboration required, travel of resources required kind of thing, the vote from everybody who owns a railway plot is going to be like kick creative out unless we absolutely need it for, like, because there'd be reasons for that, right? Like a game that's going to be like building Disneyland outside of your right next door to your house, and you own rail that's going to and from it or whatever. It's a different story, right? So we kind of be dynamic about it, hopefully.
My favorite comment so far. There's some great comments. Well, two favorites in the comments now. I'm hoping to finish my murder pit today. # villager sacrifice. I thought that was Ken at first, but apparently it's Jin.
Yeah, Ginny's going dark, man. Yeah, Donna said, I remember when someone would say on the server, I need 1,000 granite to build a thing, and we would all go mining and donate the granite. I loved those days. Lisa said, how do we get a job as a train operator? Just do it. Although I like the community message board situation is going to be a whole thing. Sue said the community builds are the most fun. I completely and totally agree. And Sue was one of, hopefully you don't mind me saying this, Sue, when we first suggested the creative mode might go away, Sue was not happy. And it's like, because it's like you have superpowers and somebody's basically gonna be like, hey, do you want us to go back to being like a normie human? I mean, your first reaction is gonna be hell no.
But I like that. I don't even know if it's possible or not, because I broke a box and you got angry at me. But I wonder if would it be possible to the idea had been suggested that maybe you could have creative mode, purchasable for a day or for 24 hours, right? Like, what about people who aren't part of projects, people who come in with wax and they buy land, they buy a piece of land somewhere. Would it be possible to rent out creative mode to them for a day just to use on their land, right? Is it possible to sanction the creative mode to a specific land? I think it is, and that's kind of a cool,
or even
that could bring a revenue back to the rewards pools.
Right, exactly to specific players. And I if I had to guess, I would somebody comes in and says, hey, I want to spend, what if it's Nike and they want to spend $1,000 getting creative mode for a day, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say yes to that. And even if, 10% goes to Uplift Donate, we take a little bit to keep the lights on for the server. What if even 50% of anything like that, because that's the lowest that it's going to be. 50% is always going to go back to the rewards pool for stuff like that, right? That's a huge value add. And then we just need somebody who can go in and say, okay, make sure they don't make, 1,000 blocks of diamond, and with plans to dump it on the market, right? If we have that part of the economy going. So there's, I could see something like that being the way that this all ends up. Raj, I love the fact that I don't seem to be the oldest person here. Yeah, we got some this is, in our research about Minecraft, we find out that there's about 125 million Minecraft players worldwide. 125 million, right? That's more than everybody who owns cryptocurrency right now. That's probably not true, but the amounts are oddly similar. And we found out that 40% of them are under 18. So 60% of them are over 18. And, we got a bunch of old fogies playing in the server. Lisa's question, how do we know location? Does the NFT have coordinates? The NFT, the region name is the top left coordinates. You're always going to be able to find it very easily on the 2D map. But if I'm right about this, I believe that we're actually going to have a link to the 2D map and the location in the 2D map. So if you click on it, obviously, or you have to copy and paste it out of the NFT, you'll be able to automatically link there. Now, the other thing, and this is down the road, but roadmappy type stuff. The reason why we're putting that link in the actual NFT itself is so that we should be able to programmatically do that in our back end, or the community site could do it, right? You log in with your Wax account, shows what land you have. You'd be able to click on a button that was associated with that NFT and the information in it that would take you right to your spot on the map. But you'll always be able to figure it out, because the coordinates are always going to be on the NFT for sure.
By the way, I have a comment that I've been thinking about recently. When it comes to NFTs, because there were ideas about these and how they would work, and when a new player enters the server. And I think your idea was that the player should show up kind of in the cathedral, because that's where the home of the server is, right? I was thinking, what if you had them show up just outside the server, where just in that 4-block space.
Outside the cathedral, you mean?
Yeah, just outside the cathedral, right? Where there was like a 4-block space, like a 4 Minecraft block space, right? That you could allow them to actually pick up a birch sign, write their first gratitude, and put it in another box to be put up on the wall on Sunday, right? Like giving them that opportunity to actually introduce themselves to the world by writing a first gratitude. I mean, of course, they can't put it up in cathedral because they would need the access to that, right? But
I like that so much that I think I'm gonna, because I don't have any of my land like at all yet. Like I don't have for me, and I'm not giving myself any. I'm forcing myself to have to buy it because I want to have the same experience as everybody else. And I think to your point, what I would love to do is pick up a piece of land really close to the east-south intersection outside the city, and have that as like being one of the first stops, and just have it like anybody who requested, I'll make them a member. And if I could fix the permissions, I'd love to fix it so that like the signs, like that one block, the boxes and the signs work so that everybody can do that who wants to do that, and just leave, gratitude messages everywhere, and just leave a forest of them, and then have to like build a giant, 250 by 250 block superstructure because we're gonna need more floors, right? I think that'd be really, really fun. And now I'm obsessed with that idea, and I'm gonna have to do it myself. I
sent you that photo, remember, of the Tanabata Festival, and a lot of things what they do in Japan, where they just like tie them to the trees out on the street outside the temple. And I thought that would be like a kind of like an initiation walkway where you could just go through, read other people's gratitudes, slap your own gratitudes up on the wall, and then you're in game, right? You're good to go.
Yeah, something like that. It's gonna be tougher to do that sort of near spawn, because I think it's gonna turn into a bit of a mess that I think somebody's gonna need to manage. But like
fair enough.
But I kind of want to manage that mess, because I think it would be like so this is the point. I want to get to 2 comments here. So Dave said the builds being done now will be mythical monuments of old in the times to come, in the uplift being an inspiration to future miners and builders, but they will be improved upon. That is the bipolar opposite of some criticism I got about the end of creative mode, of people who thought that like it was like a bait and switch, which seems ludicrous to me because for a million reasons. But that people feeling that potential loss of creative mode is I get and respect that. It's just that they don't see how much more value collaborative building will be. But I mean, it's irrelevant, because I think David is totally right. I'm reading this again. The builds being done now will be the mythical monuments of old in the times to come, in the uplift being an inspiration to future miners and builders, but they will be improved upon. And, to the point, if somebody wants to come in and pay us a shit ton of money to get creative mode, or, do some trade of value or whatever that benefits everyone in the community, then we're always going to be able to look at that. Right. And then, so Greg just said, David, the original builds near Cathedral 1.0 feel just like that already to us. They really, really do. Greg, on our tour, I paid for a tour from Greg of the place that we're all building together. And the first thing he did was take me to Cathedral 1.0, which is where this started for us. Like instant feels, like verklempt feels. And I really look forward to when everyone gets that sense of, a place where meaningful things happen for them, and they come back a year from now and see what it looks like.
And I wasn't here from the beginning, for anyone who's questioning. We met Corey essentially through various connections, and we started doing the show soon after we actually, met. So this thing has been going on a lot longer than me, but cut it out. I mean, put a different image on it if you want. But my answer to the bait and switch is it's kind of ridiculous. Essentially, there is no bait and switch. Whoever said that, I do apologize if you're my friend. But if you're not, then
and I'm having a really good conversation with him, but it was Luke Stokes.
Okay, fair enough. I kind of consider him my friend. I mean,
and he's a super smart guy, and it has a really deep sense of fairness that I love and respect.
I do. Well,
I just think
let me talk to him, because I don't think it's a bait and switch, because what it is essentially is you're giving communities an area of land to be able to give to their community members or distribute how they see fit. Right. I think if you were to say, oh, you can come in here and build whatever you want, and then you can keep it, and then you can sell it. I mean, I don't know, but I'm guessing that the community plots can't be sold. There are no NFTs for the community main
corners, there will be, and they'll be able to sell them if they want. It'll be actually really interesting if they can. Like, and the little ones
will go up for sale. Could go up for sale.
It totally could. And I'm, that these areas are a gift to them. They could do whatever they want to do with them. Right. Okay. That was really important for me to do, because like they especially at the beginning, they were taking a chance that we were going to make this real at all. Right. So like I want to honor them fully in the system. This is a gift. It's theirs. They can do with what as they see fit. And of course, after the alpha is when we're going to get all the NFTs built for all the little surrounding plots. Right. Because we're going to be giving those away. We don't want to have those available so that people could dump them on the market before we do the alpha sale. But those will be theirs too. And again, they could do a sale if they wanted to sell them. They could give them away. They could do whatever they want to do with those things. They could just keep them and make a bigger build. They're going to be able to do whatever they want to do with them, which is really important for us to do.
Let's get Luke Stokes back on, though. I really want to get Luke Stokes back on.
We should. I would love to, because this conversation, and where he was thinking about this is that he's thinking in terms of having a DAC, of having decentralized governance. And I really, really love that idea, right? Like, we're making all these decisions. I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna make a decision in this year that was wrong. And I'm giving myself permission to do that. I'm not perfect, right? And we're making decisions as a group. Like, we're gonna end up down, a year from now, and one of those decisions will be like, "Fuck, I wish we'd gone the other way." But so far, everything we're doing is working really well, right? And we're gonna do the best that we can. And obviously, having these conversations is really fantastic. Yeah. But a year from now, there's going to be some kind of decision-making going on in a decentralized autonomous organization that is run by you guys, not me. And I am looking forward to that a lot, because decisions that are going to be sort of fraught in the community, it's better if we can, kind of farm that out anyway. So
I really hope that the wrong decision that you made comes out on this show, so we can throw our hands up in the air and say, "Fuck, fork the server, fork the fucking server."
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. It'd be super weird if we didn't make some kind of fundamental, oh man, you know what I mean, like that. But we're going to adapt and iterate. That's the whole point. We're not trying to be perfect. We're trying to be fast. And if we're fast, we can evolve very quickly. So Rod said, "I'm new to Minecraft, but my daughter lived and breathed this stuff for years. The student has become the master. This is going to be so much fun." And yeah, and I think I can't remember who said it down. Yeah, Greg said it down thread a little bit. This is happening all over the place. And it just it hits me in my heart feelings place as well. Like, it just, it's really good. I have to stop here. Gary said, "Corey, first you need to make the milestone path for the uplift." Yes, times a million. So if you haven't seen it yet, and this is where Greg needs to start making those per plot videos really quickly. I think actually, Greg, I hired you to make one for the wax thing already. Because we want to have specific videos for each kind of build, if we want, right, for each area. I feel like I can announce this now. If it changes, don't get mad at me, but I don't think it's going to.
Potential mistake number one.
Right. Yeah, my mistake will be that I said something too early, for sure. Like, that's gonna happen. But again, like, this is an alpha though too, right? Like, we're not putting out a finished project. We're letting people in world really, really, really early because people are demanding it, and we're building it while people are in it, right? So just understand that deeply. So in the NFT, we're deciding what information is going to be part of the NFT. There's going to be two areas of the NFT that are mutable, that are changeable, right? And one of those areas is owner link, and the other area is owner video. So that when we ultimately have our own marketplace, because that is on our roadmap, not soon, but it is on our roadmap. When you look at the NFT and think like, do I feel like buying this NFT or do I not want to buy this NFT or whatever, there will be two buttons, owner link and owner video. So you'll be able to click on the video, and that video will go to whatever video you've put on there of that place, and that's going to be manageable by the community, which is going to be really, really powerful. And then say you're part of upliftworld.community, if you ping that NFT and look at it, it's going to feed for people that know how to program this thing, or anything, right? Like the video for it. So you could automatically be playing the video in a window next to the NFT if you wanted to. So it's going to allow a really, really interesting layer. And again, for people buying these NFTs for promotion, yada, 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 down the road, you should be able to make a promotional machine that has like that plot of land that's connected to the NFT. You click on it, actually takes you to their link. So that's going to add power to it's going to add power to the 2D map for down the road as well. So I'm stoked about that conversation we had yesterday.
Here's what I'd like to see happen. And I mean, there's not that many people watching it. So I'm just going to say it. But what I'd like to see happen, I have a friend who lives in Vancouver. He left here to move back to Vancouver. Vancouver's a really hot real estate market at the moment. And so there's a lot of competition. And so the company that he works for, what they do actually is they go in and they do 3D videos of the apartments and the houses, right? Like this could be the promo for your NFT, right? You do a 3D video of the Minecraft land, and this is embedded in the NFT. I love how you're grabbing your mic again.
And seriously, like I'm already hiring Greg to do that because I don't have time, and I think other people are going to hire him as well. And I'm all for these sort of third-party market type stuff. Right? Like I want to keep what we do, the Uplift, what we do as a company, very platform level, right? And I want other people, like I don't want to control all this stuff. I want this stuff to be iterated, be out in the community, and like drone pilots should be a thing. And like, that's the thing. Maybe you need a drone pilot license and you have to pay us for that license to fly around and take people for tours and stuff. And again, like most of that stuff will go right into the rewards pool as well, right? So there's going to be so many things that, people are going to want something done. They're going to find the people that can do that thing. And, we're hoping to have hundreds, if not thousands of people making like real significant money from doing fun shit in our world. Like that to me is just like, that's like up here. And, everything that we're doing is just going to be increasing the NFT values as we go, I think. Also, speaking of NFTs, I'm going to drop 2 because we hit 50. And there's the first one. So Sue said, Raj, that was my experience. I knew nothing, and Corey and Greg were bugging me to get in game. That's true. Once my daughter said she'd teach me, I got on. Now she's plotting the world. I love the time I spent with her. Yeah, they made an amazing ranch outside of the cathedral. People will be able to, Cathedral 2.0, you'll be able to visit. And yeah, the amazing surveying that's getting done. And I started doing the surveying. I'm the one who started doing it. And I'll tell you right now, it is a slog. What Katie Gentry, Sue's daughter, is managing to do is nothing short of Herculean. It is like God mode. It's really intense. Max saying creative mode could be a mythical in future land packs. Yeah, see. And this is the thing: the more we make something scarce, the better ideas we're gonna have.
So the funny thing about the surveying is, I decided to survey the outer reaches of the plot that I'm working on. And I just wanted to mark where it was and see what was there, in preparation for a bunch of things. Dude, man, just marking the outer reaches took forever, right? Like, if anyone was on the server at that time, I'm not sure if they can see it, but it's like, Kansai Crypto broke a block that can't be broken here. Kansai Crypto broke a block that can't be broken here. Kansai Crypto broke a block that can't be broken here.
Yeah. He's rocking and rolling. So I'll just wait to see if any
for a really long time. Yeah. So kudos to who did you say? Katie Gentry.
Yes. Yeah, she's awesome. So Raj has a good question. So read the sale. I'm assuming the land NFTs will have map coordinates in the data. Yes, they will. Will the map of available plots have the relative NFT hyperlink attached? That is categorically something that we are working to get done. But it's not going to be done by Saturday. So it will, like, the 2D map is obviously available to anyone. You're gonna have the coordinates. It's easy to find them, and to do reverse lookup, because the actual name of the NFT is going to be the name of the region, which you can click on the 2D map. So there's going to be a way to sort of figure out, okay, where is this NFT in the world, and you'll be able to make decisions based on that. By the time we do the beta, it's an extremely And the map's going to be a lot bigger by then too. It's
And,
it's a
and
big.
I'll just say,
Jimmy, hold on, please. Hold on, please. Jimmy,
sorry.
thank you. It's a huge priority for us to have it so that you can be looking at a map, click on that square in the map, and it take you to that exact NFT. Not only for the sale, but ongoing, right? So if you want to make an offer from somebody on the secondary market, it will still be associated to that NFT. So you'll be able to leverage that map for people that are buying and selling these NFTs in the future. You'll be able to leverage that map going forward. So that, and again, the beta is probably 2 months, 7 weeks ish from now. I will be very sad if it's not working now. That's definitely on our radar. Sadly, it's not going to be done by next week.
Sorry about that. I just wanted to say there are 2 or 3 really, really smart people working in the background that like kind of have pretty good ideas for sussing this out already, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. As far as like a rough roadmap, Gary, we are talking about doing sectors. So that like will at least be like one layer, right? Like if it's land that's around Center City, that'll actually be in the NFT data. If it's around Chicken Ka, that'll be in there as well. And of course, around the cluster, it'll be there. It'll be there too. But yeah, I mean, if somebody comes up with a way that we can do a rough roadmap before Saturday that doesn't require any work from our team who are working at 110% right now, I'm open to it. But yeah, right now I think it's just gonna take some braining. Now, granted, it'll take less braining than Alien Worlds, so wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Sorry.
Oh, you know what? Gary was probably talking about a rough roadmap as far as our game plan. Yes, we totally should do that. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Chicken paw. For those of you that don't know what that means, I look forward to when you find out. Go west. You'll find out. It'll be fun.
Greg, when he was building the Cranloundia server, he mentioned in the comments in the Telegram that he had crashed the server, because it was really busy. So I got all excited and went and looked and wanted to know if it was for me. It wasn't. I'm sad, but it's okay. I'll get over it. I'm mining. Sue Gentry, I don't know you. Like, I think I met you once or twice maybe. But like, if you're bored and you want to mine stuff, I'm not mining stuff, but like I'm digging at the bottom of the server. So if you want to come join me, just let me know. It's pretty fun. Where are we? I think we're like on Tuesday. We should.
Oh yeah, we should do our work.
So Wednesday, no, it's a good lead into Wednesday. Wednesday was MBlue Crypto, and we basically talked about the uplift. We went around and we showed some really cool, images. We talked to MBlue about art on blockchain, things like that. Definitely worth checking out. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch Wednesday's Media Moguls with MBlue. Yep. We've had MBlue on a number of times, but all of the previous times that we've had MBlue on, it's kind of been scheduled around an uplift art event in particular. This was kind of the first time that we've had MBlue on the show that he was actually able to, talk about what he was interested in, what he's doing in the space, what he's looking forward to. So a different kind of video from MBlue. On Thursday, like we mentioned, we were joined by Anders, kind of last minute. He jumped in World. We went and checked out Gender EOS Land until Anders died because he stepped on lava. And
the server had said, any observation, tried to swim in lava. And of course he died.
But you don't have to worry about that now because I've covered it all in glass. Yes, I use creative mode. But and I fixed all my issues. I dug a tunnel today for anyone who caught into that because I basically put a 10 by 10 glass ring around the ocean. Yeah. For that plot. I dug a tunnel today from on the bottom of the ocean from one side to the other and made some like really cool glass waterfalls. There's points where you go out of the water and into the water. this is a second level, like, this is what Bitcoin Cash wanted to be, but never could. This is second level shit, man. Like, there's chests there that you can get, like, again, I use creative mode, but you can get stuff like, yeah.
May I?
Yes.
Not a gamer.
Not a gamer.
Like says over and over and over again. Not a gamer.
Not a gamer.
It's just it especially with the fact that there is such a community vibe there now. Yeah. Like you just end up doing stuff together and doing stuff and wanting to tell people about it. It's amazing. Anyway, so Rod said, will you eventually be launching your own Uplift token on the exchanges? At this point, I think it's safe to say hard no. We are not going.
We don't need another token. I've worked
and it was my plan.
Projects that have tokens, we don't want a token. If we have a token, I might even stop doing this show with Corey. Just give away wax, please.
I initially wanted our own token. It made sense to me. Especially if we do our own tokenomics, yada yada yada, right? And then Amblue actually was the first one to say, like, why don't we just use wax? And I'm like, oh no, and there's legal reasons why we don't want to bother with our own token, right? And like it would probably be fine, but it's a position of potential failure, right? Or like a legal exposure. Again, probably not, but like there's enough uncertainty that we're okay. Well, let's at least think about it. And so we started thinking about, okay, what if we just use wax? And being tied into the wax ecosystem, and we do some art, collectibles, token sales to start the initial rewards pool. That's working out really well. We have 500,000 wax right now. It's going to be doubled by a mysterious benefactor. We're starting with 1 million wax as rewards. And we can use wax as the sort of coin of the realm. There's a deep market for it. So like, it's not going to be, the token price is not going to be affected by anything that we do necessarily. Although I think if this game blows up, wax's token price will not suffer. Right. So like the more we thought about it, the better the idea of just using wax got. And at this point, you'd have to pry us off that with, something, that this is not going to work. We're excited about just using wax.
And you,
Max Uplift token.
One of the things that I talked to Greg about on the live stream was that Greg, before crypto, like before this, Greg was he was a Minecrafter. He wasn't a cryptocurrency person, right? How many people play Minecraft? Like you stated the statistics were about the same percentage of the world population as what the amount of people who own Bitcoin is, right?
Intense speculation. That's probably not true. Don't check me out.
Okay, fair enough. But at the same time, how many people that play Minecraft would love to get a little bit of money for exploring the world?
All of them, right? Like if you're going to do it anyway. Why wouldn't you want to do that? And you get NFTs. This is the other thing too, like Uplift token already on Alcor and Nudex, which is fucking hilarious. Max was just kidding. But David,
there was an Uplift token that was listed. This is not the Uplift Art Corporation. This is not the Uplift Game Corporation.
Was one?
There was one at one point. Okay, I don't know. Maybe they're a great company. I have no idea. I'm probably going to say that they're not, but they're 100% not connected to Uplift Art. They're not connected to the Uplift world. These are not projects that we are affiliated with.
Right. So one of the side benefits, which might end up being the biggest benefit of this entire system, is that because we don't have our own token, we don't feel protective of that space, and we want people to earn Crown in Crownlandia or the whole game if they want. Right. We want people to visit the Alien Worlds community cluster plot. And earn TLM, right? And whatever partnerships come, right? Crypto Monkeys. I'll tell you right now, like before too long, you go to Crypto Monkeys, you're probably just gonna get like a Crypto Monkeys NFT in the face, right? I love those guys. And the pink Empire State Building is one of my favorite things. So again, we're thinking of ourselves as a platform layer, not as the sort of be all end all. And because of the community connector principle, like core base principle that we have, it makes so much more sense for us to see how we can bring value to other people's NFT projects, to other people's tokens by being a distribution channel, And then, hopefully someday by being a channel where there's a lot of use case for those as well, right? Like we'd love to see people be able to pay for stuff in game with Crown, or whatever, like a bunch of stuff, right? And there people who own LAN key NFTs, they should just eventually be able to do that themselves, right? Like there's nothing that should stop them from being able to invent use cases where their token or their NFTs could be transferred for sort of gamified or valuable experiences or things or whatever. So that's gonna be fun.
I'm waiting for crypto monkeys to give up NFTs and make their NFTs like body armor, so that the minute you step foot on their land, like your armor changes to a monkey costume or something.
Oh man, yeah, I don't think skins happen on your side, but I like where your head's at. The thing we did, well, shockingly enough, we do EOSIO weekly instead of covering the news. We just went into the uplift again.
Who else went into the uplift? It was pretty fun, actually.
Right? Yeah, Greg, win, exactly. Every when we can on Thursdays at 2, Blue and I do the buddy brainstorming hour, because we do these brainstorming things that we just realized should be public. And we did take a tour of the uplift, but we end up talking about some of the core philosophy of it. That conversation is actually, I'd love to get all of your opinions on it. Frankly, we talked about a lot of really cool stuff. NFT game day, we just kind of did on the fly. We didn't really have a game plan for it, but we had Anders come in, and that was really fun.
I screwed up. I said it was for EOSIO weekly, but you're right, it was for NFT game day because we had scheduled something else for Saturday.
Right. So 2 p.m. on Fridays, I do Clusterfuck with Recurrier, where all we do is try to go and visit as many places in the community cluster as we can. Again, Clash Dome proved it this morning. We cannot keep up. If you're not following Clash Dome on Twitter, I put a tweet up from them in both of our Telegram channels. They've been building in secret underground, so we couldn't see what they were doing on the 2D map, and it's like massive. It's crazy. Anyway, so that was a really fun conversation as well. And I got like a full sort of dose of watching a project start to try and figure out, okay, how do we get the best position? How do we, get enough rail plots that we can maybe trade for the land that we need to trade for if we can't get it in the auction, back and forth like that. There was a lot of strategy involved that they're thinking about. Gary just mentioned the Art Planet interview. Yeah, we had a blast talking about that. It's a super long story, but they actually have a sale that is starting in I don't even want to tell you guys because I don't want you guys to buy any of the stuff. They don't have anywhere near enough on sale. Anyway, it starts in an hour and a half. Go to ourplanet.net. It's .io. Damn it. I hate being a good person. Anyway, so yeah, it was a really good conversation. And Bonds is one of my favorite people in the space. He's a super sharp dude. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, Raj, can't wait to get into this land and build and explore in VR. I think that's something I haven't played with yet, but I think it's going to be definitely a use case that happens going forward. So, who do we have anyone booked for this coming week?
Yeah,
we've been like super busy.
So, we've been so busy with the uplift that we're kind of doing things a little bit late. But we have a few guests booked next week, and I've reached out to a few other people as well, but they haven't gotten back to me. So for BP and Chill, we're still kind of waiting, but I'd like to get someone on to talk about the new EOSIO resource model this week or next week. Okay. We're gonna have Seth on from Boyd actually. I think this week he reached out and asked if we were still on, so I'm assuming that we're still on. It might be Tech Talk on Tuesday, or it might be for the EOSIO weekly update on Thursday. I'd like to have Ricardo back as well if he's got time from Blockbase to come and join us and talk about what they're doing, and also talk about what's going on in the uplift with the Blockbase team. And that's all we've got, kind of general ideas so far. Max, if you're still here, we want to have you on as well. With or without Lisa is fine. You choose, but the last time I interviewed you and Corey interviewed you, we had a great time. And I mean, if you're up to watch us, you may as well be up to join us. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, so maybe NFT game day if you're available, come because I don't think we have anyone booked. We've got a couple people that are in the waiting. That sometimes Twitter, Telegram, Facebook are hard to contact people, and we miss messages. So there's a few people that we're looking at getting on. If you people out there have any big connections, hook us up. We're hoping to get some good projects on and stuff like that. But a lot of our NFT game day stuff revolved around events or what's going on in the uplift. Same with Media Moguls. So it might be a little bit hit and miss until after the NFT game day launch, because I think that's kind of where our focus is going to want to be anyway. To be honest.
All week it's gonna be nonstop messaging for the thing. 6 days left, fam. 6 days left. Lisa, Sunday family dinners. That just sounds awesome to me, frankly. I really like that idea.
And the week after, I should mention, because you brought up Lisa, sorry, that we're going to be doing the Dakathon as well. So we're going to have a lot.
Yeah. And that's 2 weeks, isn't it?
In 2 weeks from now. So our schedule
doesn't it run for 2 weeks? Though?
Yeah, it runs for I think 3 weeks, to be honest. But
what?
Yeah, like the aftermath carries over, I think.
Oh, jeez. That's going to be intense. And good timing too. Because
like you have people on your waiting list, like we have people.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Whew. Gary, people will keep asking when will you release prices. Hopefully today. Like literally, we're like in the leadership group this morning. Dennis, our super he's guru, and I were basically saying we need to finalize that and make an announcement today. So
all I can tell you is if you want one of my builds, 1 million wax.
Fair enough.
Yeah, dude, that guy being bald is still more pretty than me.
Well, I don't know about that.
From the Austin Powers. I don't know.
Yeah, we definitely need Max on for shizzle. For shizzle. When's our next free day? Let's book them right now.
NFT game day on Friday.
Oh yeah, that's we could that's going to be all uplift all the time, but Max
Media Moguls on Wednesday.
Let's do that and maybe end it, because I think like having a bunch of people on NFT game day, because it's going to be all uplift because the sale is the freaking next day, right?
You're right. It'd be awesome to have Anders, Ken,
Max. Yeah, like it's the sort of like. Maybe Media Moguls. We put the invite out to like Max. If you're available, come on Wednesday, and we'll invite Ken and Anders as well. But then maybe Friday we can do the same kind of thing and just like get like some of the biggest badass names we can get all week.
And also, one of the other things I've been thinking about, completely off topic but kind of along the general, I like these weekly updates, but I've also been thinking about. The comments are cool, but if any of you in the audience would like to jump on a call for like 2 or 3 minutes and just say what you like, I'm making so much work for Corey here.
So let's change this. Hold on.
In the future, cool.
I have the ability to get on Clubhouse now. Clubhouse is specifically designed for that. Let's do it there. And only iPhone users can do it right now, but they'll have Android before too long. And I need to practice that anyway. So if you want to do that, let's do it on Clubhouse and we'll make it work.
And we can potentially do it like for people who are building stuff in the uplift, people and talking about the uplift. Like I think it would be a really cool idea in a way, like for you to say, like, when you build stuff, there might be a meaning behind it. Maybe you want to tell that story. And that's your 2 to 3 minutes of the ability to do that.
John, I actually haven't seen Haps, but that might be something we could look into. Because I know Jimmy, you brought this up a few times. So, Twitter Spaces. That might be the simplest way to do it. Hey, all right, super geniuses. Nick, there you go. Yeah, no iPhone 2. I mean, that's we actually got some stuff just specifically to go talk to people about NFTs on Clubhouse, but I totally get it. All right, well, hit us up in the Telegram channel for the uplift and give us some ideas about how you think that should go. I think worst case scenario, like I want to practice doing Clubhouse anyway, so we can start there and then start experimenting in the space. We'll let everybody know on the show in advance.
And can I just say, everyone who like listens to us, it's awesome. Like I'm mostly just enjoying having fun with my friend Corey, chatting about weird random shit that I don't really have to think about that interests me. But like you guys are tuning in like it's a morning radio show or something. Like that's awesome.
It is.
We love having you here and giving us things to talk about. So
agreed. You know what? I'm gonna give another NFT away. Oh, this one's a mint 15 of the Welcome to the Uplift one. I freaking love these NFTs, dude.
Yeah,
part of me wants to stop giving them away for real, which is really dumb because like they're really awesome to get out. Like I'm not really getting a benefit from holding them, but I just want to have them. I'm such a degen. Oh my god.
I thought I missed the first one because I had the link wrong and I went there and the link was invalid and I'm like, what? They're sold out already. I went to the secondary market. I bought a bunch and then I realized like the next day that I clicked on the wrong link. I'm like, fuck. So, but whatever,
Yeah, I think especially for the Welcome to the Uplift thing, like that's like a commemorative piece that is designed to really value the mint number because I think we're going to keep those on sale ad nauseum. So if you want one, you're going to be able to go pick it up. It will accrue benefits, right? Whether it's now or 2 years from now, we're going to figure out a reason to do that. And again, like these sales, the majority will always go, like right now it's 90% going to the rewards pool, 10% uplift donate, right? But at minimum, 50% of drops like this will be going into the rewards pool that is earned by the whole community, right? So we feel pretty strongly about giving people the opportunity to kind of get these historical pieces down the road if they want to. But we have actually discussed it with this already, and I don't know how this will work out yet, but using the mint number to accrue more benefit is something that we're looking at.
I kind of feel like just knowing your background that you should change it to 51%.
Okay. That makes no sense. All right.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm cool with it. No, why? Can you explain that?
No, because like, so we don't usually talk about this, but you're Canadian, you're living in the US. The US is basically like, it's a 51% election. You're a very like outspoken political, advocate for many things that you believe in. And I quite respect you for that. And I think, your ideologies, like, again, not to get into politics, but even if I like the president, the American political system is broken, right? Like it's 51% per state. That's what you get. Like if 49% of the people vote for, dimwit and 51% of the people vote for good guy, then we've got 4 good years, right? But yeah. Let's just pretend that that's the story. So I just like the idea of 50, like the 50% is like perfect for like uplift art. It's like, charitable giving 51%, but like from a political standpoint, it's 51%. You need the 51% attack. That's what we need. Attack.
Right. Okay. That's enough of that. Gary said, can we donate dust? 1,000% yes, you can donate dust. Now, and again, if you want to donate dust for the charity, that's Uplift Donate. Again, that's more than fine. There's actually a decent market for dust. I would imagine we'll turn into wax before we try and do anything to it, but that's entirely acceptable. If people want to donate to the rewards pool, you can do that as well. Especially anything that you donate to the rewards pool now is getting doubled. I just think like instead of donating to the rewards pool, it makes more sense to buy the NFTs. But if you want to donate small amounts or whatever, like, you do you. And that is at theuplift.xp. And again, like anything that we get in before the alpha is going to get doubled up to 1 million wax for the rewards pool. So like we want to get as many, as much capital in there as we possibly can before that, because I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, 100%. Just buy the NFTs. Like, and if you don't know how, it's pretty easy. I mean, reach out and somebody in the Telegram group will figure it out. But like Corey said, like these NFTs are going to give you, future rewards. So you may as well, get them as like donations are awesome, but if you're going to donate, like better to donate to Uplift Art, if I can say, right? Like right. Give yourself the gift of getting something for
Yeah,
your
I gotta
investment.
talk to. I want dust to be mineable in game, like a lot. That makes so much sense to have that as a through line. Like I might even just like I think I have a couple 100,000. I might just do that.
You know, I was thinking about this today. I was like, when I was mining, Sue might have some ideas on this because I think she's a little bit better at this than me. But when you're tunneling like through the deep earth, you know, because I was making that fast track, you know, through to the end of the plot, just the straight line. You mine various blocks, like you mine golden ore or something like that, right? Like if you could mine like different kinds of dust, that would be awesome, right? Like imagine if you hit like a little, because you know, as Greg kind of explained, they kind of come in like areas of 3 or 4 blocks, right? Like imagine if you found like 4 or 5 blocks of like sats. You know, you get 4 or 5 satoshis just because you happen to be mining on like some weird random land. I'm just saying this thing could be pretty interesting.
Hey Gary, could you could you tell me which NFTs you could buy for dust? Because I'll fucking go do that right now. He actually put some on for dust a while ago, and I bought a bunch of them, like a bunch of them, and I'm not sorry, like at all. That's the thing, like having Aether, mineable in game, like our planet. Call me, right? And again, like I need to find out, and this is what other projects have not done, right? Because our planet made all of their stuff more valuable by putting, allowing the staking. Like the secondary market for Callbox went bananas. The secondary market for Alien Worlds went bananas, right? Like they bring value. Uplift Art too, right? Like people were picking up some comments and different things from Uplift Art to stake them and make Ether. Makes sense. I did it. It was really cool. And so for me, that means I'm going to promote our planet like fucking crazy. A, because it's now good for me and the projects that I'm involved in for more people to know about it. But B, because they deserve it. Like they're out there doing really, really amazing things for acting as a community connector, as like a game function. It actually is a win for them too, right? They get promotion, they get attention, they get all this really cool stuff. But it just is a really fun way to do it, right? Like it's a rising tide lifts all boats kind of situation. And I really, really respect that. So that's again one of the principles that we share a great deal with our planet is we want to make sure no matter what we do at the Uplift that communities, that we bring far more value to communities and to players than we ever take. It's a thing that we want to make sure is true all the time.
So just to give a rundown, basically, for people who don't know, you send your NFT to a contract, and our planet will reward you in Aether per, I think it's per hour, to be honest. You get a small microtransaction to your account. I mean, what I'm excited about, just wait until like DeFi penetrates the NFT space. Imagine being able to rent a store.
Is that weird?
It's not that weird. Imagine a sword that you could rent for a day on DeFi that you could loan out to get profits. I mean, this shit is probably going to come, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be really disappointed. So that means I'm going to have to spend time building it, and I'm kind of busy. So,
hey, where do you see these Ken Bozaks for dust? Not that I'm going to buy them. Shut up. Also, like all my dust is staked right now, so I'm going to have to unstake it anyway. But I want them.
Donna, I will 100%. I will 100% find out how to contact you because I have a cool plan for the. I have a cool building and tunneling plan for the Jenner EOS plot that I'm working on. So yeah, it'd be really cool if you want to come and hang out. I could use your. I could have used your expertise yesterday because I flooded half of my tunnels, and that meant today I kind of had to like unflood them. But it's all about art, and some cool stuff came out of it that never would have come out of it if I didn't know where I wasn't supposed to mine. But yeah, it'd be really cool. Sue, I'll hit you up, and if you want to come help me, I'd love it. Be awesome.
And I really need a link to where you can buy Ken Bozaks for dust because I can't see it.
I have no idea.
I know. Gary said they exist, and they did exist. And
maybe he's calling out Corey Cottrell, and he's just not going to tell you.
Maybe that's what we should. That's what we should do too. Like, because we're talking about doing a collab, and I hope we get to do this with. Well, it's not hope. We're totally gonna do it. He's using the. Did you hear his intro song?
Ken Bozak. No.
Yeah. It might have been a collab between M Blue and I. It's fucking really.
I didn't notice that actually.
Really funny. Yeah, I'm excited about it, but I get excited about nonsense. So what are you gonna do? Well, we had a blast making it. It was really fun.
If you can.
Awesome. Thank you for the DM.
But I think we wrap it up. We'll be back tomorrow. Worst case scenario, if we don't have a BP, I say we just go around and look at some of the BP plots and heckle them about why they're not building shit. Cypherglass, aka. Unless they're building something underground. But there's a few BP plots on the uplift. So I have a couple ideas. Let's see if it pans out.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's close it out. Gary, thank you for the DM. Thank you for the other DM. That's funny shit. Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah. Some Our Planet degenerate going on in the background. Thank you. Yes, for everyone who showed up today. We should have price announcements by today. We should have at least one benefit for one of the types of Genesis NFTs released today. And again, know that we're going to accrue value to all of them for years, not just this initial cycle, but for as long as we keep doing this. And I am serious about eventually I'm going to hire someone whose only job is to come up with badass fucking ways to use those Genesis NFTs to benefit our early adopter community and ongoing, right? The people that want to support us in that way. We want to, whether it's events or NFT drops or whatever it is, like that, it's going to be something we apply a lot of attention to. So
I'm hopeful that projects in themselves figure out ways to utilize them as well. I mean,
why wouldn't you, right? That's smart, and I can't believe I hadn't thought of that yet.
Imagine you're holding a concert on your land or some viewing on your land, and you give out 10 free tickets or 100 free tickets to random members, because we actually have the tool to be able to do that, to look inside the account and see.
Dude.
You give 100 tickets to members for free, right?
I'm putting the call out right now because there's a lot of smart people with projects on this call right now. If you feel compelled, we can give you the numbers for who owns the number of people, number of accounts that own these things. If you want to give an NFT away for each one of those things, if you want to, I don't know if we could send Crown as an example, because I don't think the drop works that way. I think it's just NFTs. Or even if you just want to send a thank you, anything, right? And, Uplift Art has the actual tool where we can target the accounts and the numbers of the people that are holding these exact NFTs and drop things just to them, which is real smart. And we could do that as a community. So if you have an idea about that to bring value to those people that are supporting us, the Uplift community and the rewards pool, let us know and we will make it happen. Is there a way to run a curated event? Of course there is. Send stuff and curate it.
There will be.
Or the community can too, right? I mean, yeah, that's I if I had to lean on someone for that, it would be Lisa and the Crown community, because they're already really good at that. But that's not to say that there aren't other people that are thinking in those terms that might be just as good at it. If you want to do it, don't ask, do it. It sounds like a great idea. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, we got to run. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. Thank you very much, Jimmy, for staying up late on a Sunday night in Japan. And
I have a holiday tomorrow, so I was excited to do it.
Nice. All right, so we got church in. We just use church for short in an hour. The gratitude ceremony. It will be on this channel. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications. I would really appreciate it if you came to the YouTube video and left something that you are grateful for in the comments. I will make sure that as many of them as we can, we actually put up in the monuments inside the cathedral. It's really, really fun when you get your name up there. And we'll go to town.
And I might just see you there. We'll see how the night goes.
All right, sounds good, man. Katsumoto, I want to hear more about that. DM me on the Telegram. Go.